Hey everyone, it's Murphy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I just got in the Delab Tanks substrate and I'm super excited and I'm going to repot some plants today. So this is gonna be like a little repot with me video. Very excited. I love these videos. They're so fun. So yeah, let's just get into it. I'm excited. So yeah. Alright, so today we're gonna be repotting my neon pothos, who is in the same soil as it came in, and I'm gonna move her to a terracotta pot. And then we're gonna repot my philodendron burley marks, who's gonna go in this pot, this orchid pot, so I can see her roots. And then my Rephotophora, who's gonna go in the same pot. I love her in this pot. I got this pot off of Etsy. I might try to link it, but I don't know if it's still up. And then my Monstera Peru. I figured out the name for it, like today. So my Monstera Peru will also get potted into this pot. This mix contains a lot of really good things like pumice and coco coir or peat, I don't know, and also Tank's fertilizer. So I'm really excited, and I also love Becca de la Plants. I love that woman with my whole heart. She is my favorite YouTuber. And yeah, so I wanted to support her, and also this mix is amazing according to everyone who's used it. So I'm very excited about this. First up, we're gonna do my neon pothos. This substrate is really compacted. It's like Lowe's Home Depot soil. So what do we really expect? I'm just massaging the roots out, which this plant really doesn't have that many roots. Not a super good root system. This is what we're working with. Quite a few dead leaves. She was a victim of the neglect. She was in my bathroom actually. But she's really pretty, and I'm excited to put her in this new stuff. Alright, so here's the pot. I like the kind of messy look, the old aged look. I know there's a name for it. I don't know the name. I've been really getting back into plants recently. I'm really enjoying it. It's very therapeutic, which we all know. Plants are super therapeutic and they help a lot with like mental illness and whatnot, but they can also fall victim to mental illness, which a lot of mine have. And it was really rough because when you are depressed, it's not like you're not noticing it, you're just watching them die, pretty much. And I think that's the hardest part about it, is that you're literally just watching your plants that you love die, and there's nothing that you can really do about it. And people that don't struggle with it, I don't really think understand that, but here she is, all potted up. I'm gonna water them all through. All right, next we're gonna do my philodendron burley marks. We're gonna put her in this pot. I just really wanna be able to see the roots. That's really important to me for this plant, because I just love her so much. This soil is still good, so I'm gonna put it back in here. And I have to be really gentle with her because she has a lot of growth points and a new leaf. She has a lot of growth points and a new leaf, so I'm gonna be really gentle with her. But yeah, she's rooting really nicely. I love this plant. She's so pretty. She's just perfect, like in every way. And I feel like this pot might be a little big. No. Okay. I think it'll be fine. I want to know how you guys are doing in the comments. I know I don't really have that many people that follow me, but I would really like to hear about how everyone's doing and like y'all's lives. I really want to be invested in everybody and like learn about everyone's lives. I think that's really important when you're a content creator, is like knowing your fans. Not your fans, but like, you know what I mean. Knowing your base. And I want to know what you guys want to see from me, because I'm really willing to do anything plant related. How do you guys do fertilization? I actually don't fertilize my plants. I know I should, but I don't. I'm too scared to burn the roots, honestly. That's like my biggest fear. I'm like terrified of doing that. Ooh. Alright, so I can see the roots in the pot, and I really want them to get like a lot of aeration. I know this plant will dry out a lot faster, but I don't really mind that. I don't mind watering. I don't really have a problem with underwatering. I usually overwater if I'm gonna have any issue with watering. But yeah, I love this pot. I think she's gonna do really well in it with all the oxygen she's getting. And yeah, I think she looks really cute in it. All right, the next one is my Repot, who desperately needs to be repotted into a different soil. I mean, like, this soil is just bad, like, genuinely. It's just too compact. It's not a good match for her at all. Her roots are quite shallow and very thin, but I'm hoping to fix that. It's fine if they're thin. I think that's just how Repot are, but they're so shallow. And another thing about repotting is that you're gonna lose some roots. I know a lot of people really worry about losing roots and whatnot, but you're gonna lose some. Like, you're just going to. And this one actually has some really dry and brittle roots that I'm seeing that are like dead. They're not rotted, because there are no black ones, but they are quite brittle. And really her root ball is small, like very small. And this is gonna come out. We're just gonna take this away. Like, I'm starting to think I should put her in this pot. Because, I mean, I think we're gonna do that. I love this pot, but I think we're gonna have to put her in the other one. Because her root ball is really small. I mean, it's not small, but it's not big enough to put in that big pot again. I'm not sure at what point we stopped recording, but anyways, her roots just aren't great. You can see they're like really brittle, and I think a lot of them are growing back after dying. Yeah, that was my fault. I didn't give her water, so I think it's dry rot, which might be an issue. But for now, we're just gonna see if we can fix it without having to like throw her away or like use hydrogen peroxide or anything. We'll see what happens, because she's growing some pretty good roots now. They're the new ones, so we'll see what happens. We'll pray for her, you know. We'll use this pot for another plant another time. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. All right, this isn't on the topic of plants at all, but I love RuPaul's Drag Race, and I think more people should watch it. I just got done watching, or I'm almost done watching season 6. My best friend just left. They'll probably make appearances on my channel occasionally, but they just left, and we were watching the end of season 6. And I love that show. It's so good. It's so enjoyable. It's really funny. It's really like, it teaches a lot of love and like self-acceptance and like outward acceptance also, like the acceptance of other people. And I think that's really important. And like, no, it's not a kids show, but if it was, that would be great. And I think people should just be more accepting, like genuinely. I think that there's no point in judging other people. I think that that's just kind of like obnoxious, in my opinion. Making fun of other people just for like things that they choose to do with their own selves and their own bodies is just icky to me. It's not your choice, it's theirs. This is gonna be a much better fit for her, I think. She's gonna do a lot better in this. I really hope. She's growing, she's giving new leaves, but she's not doing super good. There's definitely some dry rot, but she's cute. And then last but not least is our big Monstera Peru. Now this one, ooh, she is root bound, which is a good thing. I'm glad I'm moving her into a bigger pot. All right, she's not super root bound, but oh, this soil is compacted, y'all. If y'all buy the Trending Tropicals plants, which is what this is, you really want to change out the soil like as soon as you can. Not when you buy the plant, because when you first bring home a plant, you want to give it time to adjust to its environment before you repot it or before you water it or pretty much do anything. Unless you're rehabbing it, that's a whole different thing, but I'm saying as like a general rule of thumb, you want to wait a little bit before repotting a plant that you're bringing into a new home. Your conditions are going to be different from the nursery it was grown in, and they're going to be different from the place that they were kept, like Home Depot or Lowe's. Even if you're in the same environment, like environmentally, like weather-wise, your home conditions are going to be different than where you're bringing this plant home from. So you want to be really careful when repotting, and you want to wait a little bit before you repot. And this soil is like seemingly entirely coco coir. That's just a node with roots. We'll put that back in. But there's a lot of separate plants in here, like, but we're gonna put them all back together. It has a solid root ball. It doesn't actually look like it had that much issue with me neglecting it, but that's probably because I severely neglected it and it's in like pure coco coir or cocoa peat or whatever this is, because this is like compact soil that stays wet for like look at that. When you squeeze that together and it like holds its shape almost, that's when you know your soil is like don't put plants in that. Specifically aeroids. They just don't do well in that. And I don't like that Trending Tropicals uses this soil at all. Because people shouldn't have to bring a plant home and immediately repot it, or feel like they need to immediately repot it because of how bad the soil is. But this RuPaul is pretty solid. I'm not mad about it. I might actually put it in here. That might be a more suitable spot for it. Yeah, we're gonna put it in this pot. Also, y'all, RuPaul's music is kind of fire. Like, just a little. Like, it's just kind of good. Also, like, RuPaul is such an interesting human being, but RuPaul's Drag Race, it's just so entertaining. And like, you form like parasocial bonds with these people who like show that they have like characters and like are so creative and so talented. And like some of them you end up hating, but like you love to hate them because they're so talented and like creative. They have so much talent, like pure unbridled talent, and it's like they're so different in so many aspects, and some of them are pretty basic, and those are usually the ones that get sent home, which is not, being basic is never a bad thing in my opinion. I have a lot of like basic music tastes and it's never a bad thing, but if you're not creative enough, you get sent home. But yeah, I love RuPaul's Drag Race, and that was like the whole focus of this repotting video. All right, all of them are repotted now. This is looking so nice in this pot. She's faced a different way, but it'll be okay. She's still cute. She still looks good. Also, RuPaul's music low-key slaps. Like, it's low-key really good. It's embarrassing for me to say that, but it's low-key really good. All right, so those were the plants that got repotted today. I'm super excited to see how they do in the new soil, and I will probably do some plant updates and kind of a review on how I feel about the soil, but I'm gonna go water them through. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I love making this content for you guys. It's so much fun. Like, I'm genuinely having the time of my life. And I love seeing y'all's comments. It makes my absolute day. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Bye!